What is up, YouTube? It is Joker777 and have another review for you guys. Zip that up a little bit more. I got a review for this week's episode of The Following, which was Season 2, Episode 3, which was entitled Trust Me. Now, if you remember last week, I said I was going to hold off on the spoilers from now of who all was returning and who all is back. Unfortunately, there are some key things I need to mention about these characters this week, so if you haven't yet seen the episodes, go catch up. You may want to skip this review for now, or you can wait until, like a few minutes in, I'll give like a basic general overview plot, and then you can jump to the minute and a half at the end when I give my final score. So basically, this episode is continuing, picks up right where the last episode left off. Ryan Hardy is completely involved in this investigation, even though he's not with the FBI anymore, and that eventually gets him into trouble with the FBI. But they're basically trying to figure out, what's next for this group of cult followers, these serial killers that are basically acting on their own for right now. And that's pretty much it. Not a whole lot happens this episode. There is some things that come to light, and I will eventually cover those. So, the overall episode, I felt it was another one of those kind of slower episodes, and I think that for the first half of the season, we're going to see, a couple more like this just because certain things are developing, and this is the part where the spoilers are going to kick in. So, once again, if you don't want to hear any spoilers of any kind, skip to the last minute and a half or completely skip this review altogether. So, we're basically waiting for Joe Carroll to basically get back to New York to find this group of followers and to basically start guiding them again. Because as we know, Joe Carroll is alive. He's been alive in Arkansas, just kind of hiding out, and I guess now he's trying to get back into Ryan Hardy's life. Not Tom Hardy the actor, Ryan Hardy the character. He's trying to get back into Ryan Hardy's life, just kind of mess with him, I guess, a little bit more. I'm excited to see James Purefoy back. I honestly thought he died at the end of the first season, but I'm glad to see he's back. And I think that's really what they're building towards, is getting towards, him getting back in touch with his followers so that they can begin their crime wave again. So, I like this episode, but it was kind of slow. The past couple episodes have been this kind of slow-paced, kind of dragging thing, and there were kind of some things that they're doing that's kind of weird. The first thing they were doing, that they're now doing, is Mark and Emma, Mark being one of the twins and Emma from last season. It seems like they're kind of putting them in this relationship type deal. I don't think that's going to work. Just because, look what happened with her last relationship. She decided to kill the guy. So, Mark, watch your back. I'm telling you, you think she's gonna love? You think she's gonna love you? She's not, dude. I'm telling you. The other thing we found out, Lillian Gray. Actually, I called this back in my first episode review for this new season. I actually said she's with the cult. Turns out she's with the cult. That's right. The reason why I said this is because there were actually a few things that I kind of kept quiet, but I was like, I got to get this out now. The first thing, I actually said this in the review, was she was the only one that survived, and if you're wanting to make an impact and you're wanting to essentially leave the biggest damage, why would you leave one person alive? It didn't make any sense. So that is the initial reason why I thought she was in the cult, and turns out she is. The other thing I noticed, she had this sling on, and she only got a cut on her forearm. Your arm's not broken. Why do you need a sling? So that was very weird, and that was another thing that kind of tipped me off to it. This was stupid. Okay, this is by far the stupidest moment in the entire episode. So Ryan Hardy basically figures out that she's part of it. So he's going after it. She's in the middle of an art show. They were trying to push this thing maybe Ryan Hardy was going to get into a relationship with this girl, when I knew it wasn't going to happen. I knew she was in the cult the whole time, but he basically figures it out, so she starts running off to try and get away from him. So she changes into this disguise with this red wig and some sunglasses, so you can't tell who she is. So he called the FBI on the walkie-talkie through Mike Weston, who shows up, and one of the FBI members comes up, and he's in a van, and he's by himself for some reason. I didn't know FBI people actually traveled alone, but whatever with that. So she then pulls out a taser. And some people try and hide it like that. They'll pull it out and they'll be like that with it. She just pulls it out and just holds it right there, it's in plain view. So, and then she hits the FBI guy in the chest. Now the next part was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. While she's tasing him, she's got the thing in clear view. She's like, "Everybody call 911. He's having a heart attack." With the taser in plain view, mind you. No one sees the taser. No one. It's held in plain view for everyone to see. It's right there. Why did everyone go? That's what I think people must have done. Like, seriously, like, how did you not see that thing? He's having a heart attack, really? And you couldn't see this giant metal block she has in her hand. She's holding it, like, right there for people to see. So that was just completely and utterly stupid. I get that she had to try and make her, her getaway. But that was just weird. It was so stupid that people couldn't see it, even though it was out in the open. She made no attempt to hide it. It was completely stupid, so I don't know what happened there. The one thing that did happen at the end, and they kind of caught me off guard with this. It turns out Lillian Gray, the art dealer, that's her name, I'm assuming because of what happened, I think it's either Mark or Luke. I'm pretty sure it's Mark, though. He picks her up. He's her getaway driver, and he basically calls her mother. So she may actually be the twins' mom. I mean, they don't look anything alike, which is kind of weird, but I don't mean the twins don't look alike. I mean the mom and the twins don't look alike. So I can already feel the backlash coming from that one. So, but yeah, they don't look anything alike. And so if that is their mom, I mean, that's crazy. I did not see that coming whatsoever. So we'll see what happens. But as far as, okay, spoilers are over. If you're basically trying to catch the last little minute to catch my score, my review, that'll happen now. All the spoilers are done with. I've talked about everything I need to talk about. Like I said, this episode was a good one. It was kind of slow, but then again, like I said, I'm pretty sure they're leaving that because they're building up to bigger storylines, and I'm pretty sure they're building up to, what's going to happen later on in the season, and that's when we'll get, the nerve-wracking episodes that we had from last year. So, overall, I'm going to give this episode a B-. It was a little bit on the slow side. There were just some ridiculous factors in there that were too ridiculous to ignore. The only thing really that saves these episodes are the acting and how they're pushing the story along. Like, they're pushing it little by little up until, like I said, we get to the middle of the season where we're going to have probably some big expanded thriller scenes. So, that is my review for this episode of The Following. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts and feelings below in the comments section. Tell me what you thought of the episode. Hit like, comment, and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, stop on by, have a view or two, and until I see you guys next time, I'm Joker777, and I'll see you guys later.